Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right, Speed City fans, we are excited to have Romain Grosjean once again back on the show after his incredible weekend in IndyCar on pole, coming in second place in the race. Romain, you got to be over the top excited about your IndyCar race last weekend.
No, for sure. Yes, it's been a great weekend, and I think the pole position was something very special. It is the time where you want to be the fastest, and we've done that, and that was absolutely amazing. The race is pretty good as well. When you start on pole, you're always going to be a bit disappointed not winning the race, especially with the pace that we've shown. But I think generally we can only be happy about that weekend. And a lot of people were asking me what would be a good season in IndyCar, and I say a podium, fighting in the top 5-10, being on pole and fighting for the win. I wasn't expecting that, so very happy with it.
Well, I tell you what I've been most amazed with is how the fans are reacting to you right now. It is amazing. Everyone is so excited to see you do well in IndyCar. I mean, and not just American fans, but fans all over the world. I think you have created this amazing shift in fan base, to be honest. It's really fun to watch and incredible.
It's been incredible, the support, and also I think I can be the real Romain Grosjean in IndyCar. I can be the one I like to be, my own personality, and I think people love it. And obviously, my story, you can't stay not sensitive about it. I was in the fire for 28 seconds. Millions of people thought I was gone, and I walk out of the fire at the hospital and decide to come back racing on a brand new challenge, something very different, and put all my my heart at work. So for me it was beautiful to do that decision, to make that decision, but to see that the support I'm having at the racetrack, on the street, on social media has been absolutely incredible.
Romain, we spoke many times during your Formula One career. Obviously one of the frustrations being part of a less strong team is that sort of motivation factor. And I'm sure it got to both you and Kevin. In fact, it was obvious it did at times. Nothing through your fault. You drove the wheels off that Haas as best you could. But just tell me how, as a racing driver, it felt to be competitive again, taking that pole and then basically having a chance to win a race.
I said many times, I don't regret anything from Formula One. I've had 10 years, great experience. I think people realize now that Kevin and myself, we were really driving that Haas and above the level that the car was at the last few years, which is also cool to see, people realize. But now hearing my engineer telling me we're P1, there's nothing else you want to hear when you're a race car driver. And, we're a small team with Delcoin, but we're working really hard. I've got a really good relationship with my engineer, and we've shown that we can fight at the front. And that's absolutely amazing. And, I want more. I want more of P1. I want more pole position. I want more fight at the front. And I love that about IndyCar, that everyone gets a chance to come and compete to the highest level. And, there's such big respect between the driver. I got text messages from the drivers after my pole position who were being happy for me. I'm like, okay, that is fantastic. I've never experienced something like that before. I love it. I love it.
Romain, it sounds like a new pair of slippers. You've slipped into IndyCar just as comfortable as can be. Have you changed your ambition now with it? I mean, what is the long term? I figure you're going to be here a long time.
I don't know. We'll see. But for sure, I'm happy. For sure, I came to look for something, and I found it. And yes, at the moment, I would like to do more, just because the experience is great. It's brand new. It's not going to be. We knew it wasn't going to be family-wise going to be easy. I'm away quite a bit from home and so on. But also when I'm back home, they see me so happy, so fulfilled with what I like to do, racing and racing. And being a competitor with the same chances as the others, that I think, I mean, if you ask my wife, she's more than happy to come over in America. We'll see. But yes, I think there could be a cool story going on.
Romain, I was thinking about you right after that pole. I was thinking, I wonder if he's changed his mind about the ovals. I wonder if he's ready to do the ovals after doing so well and getting that pole. I mean, has it crossed your mind yet?
It's a difficult question, and I'm probably less strong on my answer than I was early in January. It's hard to see the guys running. It's hard. It was hard in Texas. It's hard now to watch them going in Indy for the 500 and not being there. But also, I know that for my wife, my parents, my friends, my kids, right now, that's the step we needed to do. It was, I said it was a team decision where they approved the fact that I was going to go back to racing because they could tell I wanted to, but also, we had to put some limits, at least for the first year. So, never say never. Let's see what comes next. But obviously, I've changed a bit my answer from a no to never say never.
Well, you're beating that non-oval guy, the other non-oval guy, Mr. Johnson. You may have heard of him, but tell us, just tell us how hard or how easy it has been, and the characteristics of the car. I know they're a lot heavier and obviously a lot duller compared to the reaction of a Formula One car. But what is some of the things that you've noticed about driving IndyCar?
Well, I think if even being on top of taking the bigger picture, I think they suit my driving style. I think that's where I got lucky. I think that's one of my engine that has told me he worked in IndyCar before, and he says, I think you're gonna like it. You're gonna like the tires, you're gonna like the car, and I think you're gonna do well. And I agree, they actually suit my driving style quite well. You can attack the corner, you can brake late and carry some brake into it. And yes, it's super heavy. I mean, after 35 laps in Indianapolis, I was hoping that there was not many left, and there were 50 to go. The steering wheel is heavy. But the pace is amazing in the race. You're just about a second slower than in qualifying, second and a half, whereas in Formula One, it's 5, 6, 7 seconds slower. And you just push it. The tires are doing really good. There's very little fuel on the tank, so the car is always kind of light, even with full tank. And you can brake late and carry some good speed in the corner. And that's something I love doing.
I got to ask you, I was thinking about you this morning watching Monaco. Were you up watching and checking out the practice and everything this morning in Monaco?
Yeah, I've been watching it. I've been watching most of the session, the quali, the race. I'm actually commenting the qualifying and the race on the French TV this weekend. So it's a cool experience for me. A lot of people ask me, so how does it feel? It feels good. I'm a racing fan. Don't forget that. I love seeing racing cars and I love seeing Formula One. But I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there to fight at the back. Obviously, if you get a phone call from Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari, well, there's a different story, but that's not going to happen. So anyway, I love watching it. It's great. It's a cool championship, especially this year. The fight between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen gets actually quite sexy. And I think we're going to see more of it. But it's just happy to watch it and no hard feeling about it.
It's funny, Jonathan, we were talking yesterday. You said you were commentating. I said to Jonathan yesterday, I said, Romain would be a great commentator in motorsports. He's enthusiastic. I said, you'd be a great commentator. Are you enjoying that?
Well, it's going to be my first. Actually, I did it back in the days, about 10 years ago. I did it on the DTM championship. And I enjoyed the experience. But it's going to be my first one doing it in Formula One this weekend. The good thing is that the commentator is one of my best friend. It was my wife's best man at the wedding, so I know him very well. So the relationship's gonna be kind of easy. But yes, I know everything about Formula One, so I'm gonna be pretty good at explaining what's going on.
We'd like to book you for the US Grand Prix whenever you're ready. It's in October. I'll send you an invite.
The booth. We'll give you the code to the booth.
You can do it in French, English, whatever you like. I bet you'll also be interested to see NASCAR at COTA. That's gonna be interesting, is it not?
Yeah, I drove some lap in NASCAR at COTA last 2 years ago, actually, with Tony Stewart on the car. And it's going to be a challenge for the guys. It's definitely going to be a challenge. And it was so funny to drive the NASCAR, enjoying it. And then the day later, I was in a Formula One car on the same track. And I was like, oh, bloody hell, this is fast. But it's going to be a good race.
we're doing the same thing. So Sunday morning, we're calling Monaco, and we'll go take a break, come back to the booth, and call the NASCAR race from COTA. So we'll be all day at COTA on Sunday. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Watch the
Romain,
tire
last thing we
degradation.
want to talk to you about is the R8G esports thing. This is something that's really taking on a life of its own. I mean, it started small, but boy, you going big time now. SRO?
Yes, we are. We're expanding. We just created a collaboration with a new, a well-known team on Assetto Corsa. So we're going to do SRO. We're on racing. We're on F Factor 2. We hope Le Mans, virtual Le Mans will come back. I'm actually hoping that Motorsport Games going to do Le Mans, Petit Le Mans, Sebring, Daytona, all of those races that you actually want to see on sim racing and get, in the winter when the real driver, I've got some time off with the sim racer. I like the mix. I think it's a great experience. It's where I was actually racing myself this morning at LMP2 in Montreal in Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. And I love it. It's just great experience. I share the track with some people and the team is doing pretty well. I'm very proud of them.
Well, Romain Grosjean, we thank you so much. We appreciate your time. We know you're a busy guy. We appreciate your time. Everybody here in the United States is a big fan, just like we talked about. And we look forward to seeing how good you do in Indy. And please come back on later in the season and tell us how you're doing.
Will do.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur.
Merci.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Have a great day.
What are you commentating for?
Canal Plus.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
And so who's your friend then? That's a great story.
Julien Febro.
Okay, so he's the commentator. Ah, awesome.
Yeah, he's the
That's
commentator.
really cool.
I know him since 2000.
I hope you enjoy it. And Monaco's a good one for that.
Yeah, or very boring. Let's see.
Yeah, all very. One of the two.
Yeah.
Being friends with your commentator co-host is a good thing. It works that way.
Yeah, it helps.
It definitely works.
All right, cool guys.
We expect NASCAR in the rain, so that definitely tune into Fox on that one. So
yeah, I'll be watching if it's not too late.
Okay, thanks, Romain.
Thanks, Romain.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.